So on the desktop, you can see that there is no icon for Adobe Illustrator. So we're going to go to the Start button here, and from there go to Adobe Design Standard CS4, click on it, expand it, and we find Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to left mouse click and hold the button down and drag it to the desktop. And you can see it says link, and I'm going to let it go. Once I let it go, you can see it's now on the desktop and we can start from here. So double click to get the program started, and it will start up. And when it starts up, it will come to a splash screen like this. And from here, we need to open up the file. Now, we're going to use a template that's been created for the laser cutter. So we click on Open. From Open, we're going to go to the network, and I'm going to click on here and expand it and come down to the school share. So you can see the L drive, which is my drive right now. That's the network drive where I save my files. But there's one called school share. So when I click on it, you can see it expands. There's a bunch of folders and there's some junk in here, and we're going to come down and we're going to find the one called Maker Woodwork. So for Maker Woodwork, we double click. In Maker Woodwork, we're going to click on the 00 laser engraver, which is at the very top. And from there, we're going to click on the laser engraver template. I can double click, or I can click on Open, and it opens up. Now to start off with, we got to make sure that everything is in inches, because we're going to work in inches in this course. So I can go to Document Setup, and from Document Setup, you can already see it's set to inches there. I can also go to Edit, and from Edit, I can go to Preferences at the bottom. From Preferences, I come down to Units and Display. And you can see here, it's actually still in points. So we're going to change this one to inches, this one to inches, and the last one to inches. So everything is in inches, and click on OK. So now we're ready to start. So to begin, we're going to show you how the laser works based on colors. So I'm going to grab the rectangle tool here, and I'm going to draw a simple rectangle. And you can see up here now, here's the size and width and height. So I can click on the height, and I'm going to say that's 4 inches. And over here, the height, sorry, that was width. This is the height of 2 inches, and I click Enter, and you can see it changes the size. Now, it's kind of hard to work on this way over here. And if I want to zoom into it, you can't use scroll. Scroll goes up and down. So what you got to do is either A, you go to the window, the zoom tool, and I can zoom in like this. Okay, and if I right mouse click, no, it doesn't let me, it just keeps zooming in. So to zoom out, I like to use the Control key. You press the Control key and hold it, and you press the minus key on the keyboard. And then you can see I'm zooming out, and the Control key and the plus key zooms me in. So we're going to do that, and then I'm just going to take the scroll bar here, and you can see I can scroll up and down like this. Okay, and basically I'm going to leave it like that so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to go back to the top and use the Selection tool. So the Selection tool now, I can pick something. You can see it's now highlighted with little boxes and little dots everywhere, or I can highlight like this, holding the left mouse button down and dragging, and that highlights something. Okay, so to begin with, the laser uses the color red to cut. So if I was going to print right now and simply went File, Print, and over here my printers, this is the Room 507, that's my printer in the room, but the laser cutter is called VLS 4.60, so you make sure that's picked, and you click Print. Now at the bottom, there's this icon, Universal Laser Systems. And when I click on it, it comes in and you see the box is black. Black means engrave. We want to cut. So I'm going to close this off. So to cut, we can click on the box, and you have to change the color to the color red, right? And you have to specifically have what's called the stroke set to 0.001 of an inch and hit Enter. Oops, I forgot to pick it. So there we go. Highlight it, and 0.001. I should say select it. Now you can see it's a bit thinner of a line now, but when I go File and Print and hit Print again, now when it comes in, you can see the color red. Red means cut. That's a good thing. All right. So that's basically the understanding of how to get the laser engraver template up and basically the colors that you want to use. Now, if I change this back, I highlight everything, and let's say I change this color to blue right now, and let's say I change this to 0.1. Okay, I got a really thick line now. Now we know that won't cut because it's not red and it's not 0.001. So we could go back and change those, but there's an easier way. This template is set up so that all you do is you click on what you want to change. We go to Style here, and then we just cut this one, and you can see it already says cutting. We click on it and it changes it right away. So that means if I take text and I put some text in here and put, I don't know, hello, and I wanted that text to be printed, or sorry, cut out on the laser, that would be engraved in black, right? This would be cut out. But if I wanted this to actually be cut out as well, I would simply come up here. Oops, I can't do it. I would have to take this, go to the color red. Sorry, this would be no color. This here would be red. And the stroke here would have to be 0.001. Okay, and you can see that's now in red. And I could go to File, Print, and Print again. And if I come down here to the Universal Laser, you can see it's all in red. And that's going to cut out on the laser. You probably don't want to cut the word out though. All right, so this concludes this tutorial just on how to get started. A couple quick things just as a reminder. To zoom in, zoom plus. Right, so if I'm holding the control key down and the plus, then it moves me in. Control minus moves me out. And the big one is changing. You go to Style and picking that for making sure you can cut. So that concludes this tutorial, and in the next one we'll continue on to make your very first sign on the laser.